Welcome to 5610-225, Introduction to Exceptionalities Online. My name is Dr. Daviso, and I will be your professor for this semester. A little bit about my background. This is my 10th year here at the University of Akron. Also worked at Kent State and Akron Public Schools, and have been in education for just about 20 years now. Time flies. I also work for the Department of Education. I serve on the board of directors for Blick Clinic and also work with the Juvenile Detention Alternatives Initiative here in the city of Akron. All right, let's get to what this class is all about. First of all, we're going to be using educator as a decision maker, which is the theme for our college here at the University of Akron. And this theme focuses on the knowledge you'll gain from this course concerning the laws and services that affect students with disabilities in school settings. We'll also look at some technology issues that help you better serve these students in your classroom. We'll be focusing on the diversity of linguistics, culture, student backgrounds as you enter school systems. And when it comes to ethics, we'll look at those practices that are appropriate when you're working with students with disabilities and their families, things like confidentiality and the sharing of information. All right, so what do you need for this class? This is our textbook. It's Introduction to Special Education, Making a Difference. It's the 7th edition, and yes, it is required if you want to do well in the class. However, there are cheaper versions out there. The 6th edition will do just fine, and there's also an international version I hear that is a lot cheaper. Feel free to use any one of these texts. Also, in addition to the text, you will also have to have a TK20 account. This is part of the college's portfolio projects. You can see the information here on how you can go about contacting TK20. There will also be some additional information on Springboard for you to check out if you have any questions regarding that. So how's this class going to work? We'll have online videos and reaction papers. I also have lecture notes that'll be posted online. We'll do discussions. We may have some cooperative projects or activities if that's possible. There'll be individual projects or activities and audio-visual presentations. All right, so what do you really have to do to get through this class? First, the reaction papers. There'll be more specific directions on these, but basically there's simulation activities that all you have to do is respond. I'm looking for your reaction. There's really no research involved in this. There will be exams after each module, which includes 5 chapters. They will be electronic, and you will take these over at Schrank Hall North at the Computer-Based Testing Center. There will be more specific directions later on. You have quizzes on Springboard. These are based on videos that you will watch online through the library. Online discussions, which is part of participation. And near the end of the semester, we'll be doing what's called an app activity. This will help you explore applications on the iPad or any other tablet that could be helpful in providing services to students with disabilities in your classroom. Here's the point breakdown. And if I did the math right, it should come out to 515 total points. For class delivery and communication, we're going to be using Springboard. And if at any time you have problems with Springboard, look all the way over in the upper right-hand corner, and there's student help videos that can assist you in accessing any part of the class. Welcome to our Springboard homepage. As you can tell, we're here at Course Home. This includes news, the calendar of events, any time papers are due, lectures are planned, or any type of online events are to occur. You can find these all on the calendar. I will update the news section once or twice a week, depending on the demands of the class. This is a screenshot of what happened in the spring of 2014, and you can see this is where classes happen to be canceled or bonus points opportunities if they come up. This will also include my office hours, and any way you need class assistance, how to go about getting them. Let's look at where most of our information will be kept. This is in the content section. This includes all class presentations. It includes handouts, supplemental activities, information for our computer-based testing center, and all of our assignments. There's also study guides for our exams and some early presentations with audio. These are going to be replaced with videos, and any information you need regarding reaction papers or a web or app activity. In the discussion section, we may or may not use this depending on the size of the class and how much we're getting done throughout the semester. If discussions are going to be implemented, I will let you know. Here's our Dropbox. Anytime an assignment is due, there'll be due dates, rubrics, all that stuff's going to be included. As you can tell here, the 4 reaction papers are set up. There's still an additional one to be added. However, this is where you will submit your projects, and they'll be graded promptly. We'll also be using the quiz section. I want to make sure the class understands there are quizzes and there are exams. As you can see down below, under future quizzes, Module 1 exam, technically, Springboard doesn't differentiate between an exam and a quiz. The quizzes you'll be able to take anywhere, on campus, at home, doesn't matter. However, the module exams need to be taken at the computer-based testing center. That's why there's a little computer restriction, because you have to take them under supervision. And this is where your grades will appear. You can check your progress at any time. Let's go to that section. This just happens to be my view, but you'll be able to view your individual grades when you're logged in as a student. Okay, for the reaction papers, let's get you started. You'll find all the information you need for this assignment in the content section of Springboard. In the content section, go ahead and scroll down to reaction papers and web activity, and the reaction paper information will appear. What I'm looking for the class to do is to complete 4 papers for the semester. The first focuses on Fat City. The next 2 focus on a parent presentation and a Children's Services Bureau presentation. And the final one, which is a TCAKE 20 assignment, is Graduating Peter. This is a video you'll be able to view through the library's media service, and you will respond to a series of questions. The paper requirements are listed here. These should be 2 to 3 pages in length. I suggest using headings, and these headings can be the questions themselves. Make sure you answer all the questions and submit them to Dropbox by the required date. As you can see, for each of the videos, there's a specific set of questions that I'd like you to have your reaction or answer. Complete these for each of the presentations, and you'll be fine. If you have any questions, you can always contact me or my graduate assistant. Let's look at video and quizzes. From our course homepage, let's look at the quizzes that are available currently. As you can see here, Misunderstood Minds and Lost Child Living with a Disability are available for students to take. You can take these anywhere. Remember though, the module exams are those that are taken at the computer-based testing center 3 times during the semester. You cannot take these from home. At this point, we're just going to focus on the quiz section. You'll find additional information on these in the content section. As you can see in the content section, under video assignments, I have a detailed PowerPoint for each, and I also have included a guide for each of the videos. Print this guide out, answer the questions as you watch the video, then go back and take the quiz. As you can tell, at the quiz section, You get 2 attempts to take the quiz. I'm looking for all students to get a perfect score. I just want to make sure you're viewing these videos because they definitely will supplement the information you'll find in the text. Modular exams we'll have for the semester. There will be 3 of them. If you look on our course homepage, they will be listed in the calendar. For this semester, you can tell the exam session opens up, and there will be a review session the day before it, primarily on Mondays. These review sessions will take place 1 or 2 times depending on the class need, and you can tell the exam module windows open all day for at least 5 days. You can expect it to start on a Tuesday morning and it will end on a Saturday afternoon. Well, how do you find this information out? Let's go to the content section. Computer-based testing information, and here are all their lab policies and procedures. Make sure you check that out because it will change from semester to semester. Let's go back to the content section. And I also included this information when it comes to study guides for the exams. This is spring of 2014, and of course you can see there are some specific things I want you to take note of. Notice that this testing center opens at 9 and the last sign-in time is 7 o'clock. They stick to this. They've told me a number of times that make sure students check ahead of time. Don't wait till the last day. Fridays and Saturdays are extremely busy there. As you can tell, Friday, the last sign-in time is 3 o'clock, and on Saturdays, it's at noon. Take these as early as you can. You may also go to the testing center website, and you can actually see how long a line there is. They have a live video cam that refilters every 20 seconds, so you can see how long the line is and what your expected wait time would be. And remember, each one of these study guides, if it's on here, it's going to be on the test. Also, remember when you're preparing, if you see Zippy in the exam, it's definitely going to be on the exam for you. In the PowerPoints, anytime you see Zippy or hear me mention that it's going to be important to know, I guarantee it'll be on the exam. All right, good luck with the first modular exam. I don't think there'll be many problems. From our course home, you go to the content section, and when you scroll down, it'll say reaction papers, and this will be changed to an app activity. You click on the app form, and what I'm looking for students to do is come up with 5 educational applications that can be used for students with disabilities. Here you'll put in the app title, a description of the application, and if you can, try to provide a link to where the app can be found, and a short description on how it can assist students with disabilities. How could it help them learn in the classroom? And this is where I want you to tie it back to the class text. You'll do this for 5 apps, and you will get yourself 25 points. Just upload it to Dropbox when it's completed.